Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Everything's fine. Just know that going into the day that the economy is great. It's historically great. And I'll thank you not to complain about your life when the economy is so great right now. Okay? I don't want to hear it.
Wow, that's a good start to the day.
Yeah. I just figure we might as well get that taken care of right now.
Thanks for the preview.
The economy is fantastic. And it doesn't matter what they come up with tomorrow and tell us that, okay, the GDP's down 2 quarters in a row. So what? That doesn't mean anything anymore. So I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it tomorrow. I don't want to hear it today. CNN was bitching about it yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. CNN's John King. Everything is up in price, he apparently said or alluded to. Here he is.
Will the price of other things like energy, eggs, and milk? We could just show you that. It's not just, if gas prices were dropping and everything else were about the same, people would probably feel a lot better than they do. But everything is up. So the Biden.
Look at that, 41% on energy.
33.1% on eggs. And 16.4% in milk.
It's a CNN. Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
What else you got?
The White House, you need that trajectory to start, the rest of it to start going down. And again, when we hit Tuesday, we are 3 months to the election.
Gina was mentioning how the Fed would usually like to be an economic cheerleader. If you're the Biden White House, you would love to have someone be an economic cheerleader right now. But instead, you do have Americans who are focused on inflation, understandably. When you're leaving your house and your basic necessities, prices are going up and outpacing your wage increase, of course, you're going to be focused on that.
And that's Fox News, right? Telling us this doom and gloom.
It seems to say on the screen, CNN's John King, everything is up in price in Biden's America. Energy, 41.6. Eggs, 33. Milk, 16.4.
So, okay, that was just the one CNN show. That was doing that.
And then there was another CNN show that was kind of talking about it, too.
Excuse me, what?
Let's discuss with our panel.
This is amazing.
Chris Cillizza, inflation affects every American directly. The Biden administration is trying to point out the definition of a recession is nuanced. But I got to tell you, I struggle with this. I get why they want to do it from a political perspective, but you can't fake this.
No, I was laughing to myself with the in my view thing that Caitlin highlighted, because it's like, well, in my view, I should be drafted into the NBA. Like the NBA executives didn't agree with that. Right. Like it doesn't really matter what you think. There is a technical definition, 2 straight quarters of negative economic growth. They clearly believe that is likely to come to pass later this week. They're trying to pre-bud it. To your point, we get why they're doing it politically. At the same time, we have these terms for reasons. You don't have to like it. Of course they don't like it because the economy, Joe Biden's handling of the economy was at 25 or 30% in our most recent poll. It's a problem for them. This adds to the problem. But you don't get to change the nomenclature in the middle of a campaign because it doesn't work for you.
Well, and again, your voters are going to feel what they feel in their lives, no matter what you say. All right, so
there we go.
Wow.
Fox News on the attack at Joe Biden.
Yeah, that was CNN. Both of those were CNN.
Wait, both of those clips were CNN, you're saying?
CNN, yeah. Cable News Network.
Isn't that interesting?
It is. Maybe that's they said, the new regime said, we're going to be news. We're not going to be biased. And maybe this is them being news.
Yeah.
Because that certainly is news. I mean, they just delivered what is actually happening. And why not? You know whether or not they're lying to you because, like they just said, you know what's going on in your life.
Yeah, you can call it what you want to, White House.
Yeah.
I know things suck right now.
Yep. And because the technical definition of a recession has always been, or at least for a good long time, 2 consecutive down quarters with in the GDP. You can change that if you want to. That doesn't change the fact that we're in a recession if that turns out to be the case. Now, this meme details the Biden administration
I love this meme.
murdering definitions. Look at that. You got death going up and down this hallway with the definition of vaccine.
Killed it.
They killed it. Definition of woman. They killed it. And now definition of recession. He's knocking on the door. He's about to kill it.
Oh, no.
Let me in.
Yikes.
Land shark.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So tomorrow's a big day that we find out for sure.
I believe it is.
That we are in a recession.
Yep.
Call it what you want. Things suck.
Exactly. And I also have a story about what they've been doing to other words as well, because it isn't just those three: vaccine, woman, recession, although recession is definitely an interesting one. But they have been changing the definitions of all kinds of things of late. Where did I see that story?
Did they change the definition of coherent or competent?
No.
Because
they didn't
try to say that Joe Biden is that, which he is not.
That's for sure.
You're not nearly as smart as I thought you were.
For decades, experts have defined a recession as 2 straight quarters of negative economic growth, meaning a decline in gross domestic product. This definition has become especially relevant with the latest GDP numbers for the second quarter of this year, due to be released tomorrow, following the release of official figures in April showing the economy shrank 1.6% in the first quarter. If Thursday's numbers show the economy contracted in the second quarter, confirming a decline in economic activity over a 6-month period, January through June, the U.S. would, according to the generally accepted definition, be in a recession. That's what they're trying to change right now. They've also changed the meaning of disinformation. One of the more controversial terms the Biden administration has seemed to contort for political purposes is disinformation, using the term to target views with which the administration disagrees, especially concerning COVID-19 and the 2020 election. In April, the Department of Homeland Security announced the formation of the Disinformation Governance Board, which has since been disassembled, to monitor and combat speech deemed disinformation. Critics lambasted it, of course. It was Orwellian, like a ministry of truth. Whistleblower documents released last month by Republican Senators Josh Hawley and Chuck Grassley appeared to confirm those concerns. One internal memo showed DHS officials writing that disinformation threatens homeland security, especially conspiracy theories about the validity of and security of elections, and disinformation related to the origins and effects of COVID-19 vaccines or the efficacy of masks. I mean, that's just fascism. They're just shutting down discussion there. They have changed the term domestic terrorist. The administration appears to redefine what a domestic terrorist is. When the National School Boards Association sent a letter to Biden asking his administration to investigate threats against public school officials. In the letter, NSBA specifically referred to parents who protested the teaching of critical race theory in the classroom, suggesting such actions should be classified as domestic terrorism. Another little thing this administration has done. How about insurrectionist? In the aftermath of January 6th, the Capitol riot, the Biden administration has redefined the term insurrectionist. In total, more than 750 people have been imprisoned for January 6th related crimes without a trial. 750 people in jail without a trial. It's been a year and a half. Several of them have said the FBI, Justice Department, and federal prison officials under the Biden administration violated their civil and constitutional rights. The vast majority weren't accused of carrying a weapon, assaulting law enforcement, or destroying property, let alone trying to overthrow our government. Many of the 750, didn't even enter the Capitol building. Yet, Biden, fellow Democrats, a few Republicans, and federal prosecutors have labeled those who were involved in the Capitol riot domestic terrorists or insurrectionists. The FBI was unable to find evidence that the riot was a coordinated insurrection, despite months of investigating. It's been over a year and a half. Nevertheless, Democrats have launched a campaign to label and disqualify Republicans who supported efforts to question the 2020 presidential election results as insurrectionists who tried to subvert American democracy. This is really amazing what they have accomplished in a very short time. Number 5, voter suppression. Following the controversy of the 2020 election, Republicans in some states, such as Georgia, have pushed a series of election reforms with the stated purpose of combating voter fraud and protecting election integrity. These measures include requiring voters to provide identification. Oh, no.
I know, right?
What about the minorities who don't have ID? To receive an absentee ballot and prohibiting ballot harvesting, a tactic outlawed in most states in which third-party activists gather and deliver voters' ballots. That should be completely against the law. Sorry, you just can't do that. You want to vote? You deliver your ballot to the voting booth. Or you mail it in yourself. You don't have anybody else touch your ballot, manipulate your ballot, take it to one of those stupid drop boxes. None of that. And let's allow the American people to be confident in the voting process again. Biden has consistently described these efforts as voter suppression, meant to make it harder for people, especially minorities, to cast their ballots. He even called such efforts Jim Crow 2.0.
Oh, yeah, Jim Eagle, baby.
No, yeah. Jim Crow 2.0 or Jim Eagle. Because an eagle is bigger than a crow.
Man, he's
the worst. Since entering office, Biden and some of his most prominent supporters have invoked the specter of voter suppression, framed as an existential threat to democracy, posed by their political opponents to justify a host of ambitious policies. And finally, they have redefined illegal alien. Last year, the Biden administration ended use of the phrase illegal alien to describe migrants who entered the country illegally, although alien has long been common in U.S. law. The administration ordered immigration enforcement authorities to use the term non-citizen instead.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Non-citizen.
Those supportive of the change described the new language as inclusive and less dehumanizing. Thank you. Critics countered that a new term would have the effect of normalizing illegal immigration, like that hasn't already happened. Since Biden entered office, the U.S. has experienced a historically high surge in illegal border crossings from Mexico. We sure have. Record-breaking, all-time highs of people coming across the border illegally.
Yeah, because they just can't wait to get to Joe Biden's America. That's how good things are.
That's how good it is. Mm-hmm. That's why I started the show by telling you I don't want to hear your belly aching.
Thank you.
I don't want your whining. Everything's great. You're doing really well in your life.
Yeah.
You got money in the bank, more than you've ever had. You have less debt. Your income has increased. So shut up. Yeah.
Then I must have the wrong information for my account number and my PIN number.
Or you're just doing things wrong.
Obviously.
You're just stupid. Don't know how to do your life.
That's accurate. That's a good one. That's a hot take. So
isn't it though?
Here we are in Joe Biden's utopia. Isn't it great?
Everything's really, really good. All right. Blaze's Patriotic sock packs are back.
Whoa.
This is exciting. At the end of last year, we released a limited supply of Let's Go Brandon socks.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those?
I do.
So you could wear your patriotism wherever you wanted. Really comfortable, stylish, and best of all, worth a laugh. Well, you spoke and we listened. So back by popular demand, we have new limited edition socks just in time for the primaries and back to school shopping.
Oh, nice.
There are 2 sock packages and stylish drink covers to keep your beverages cool and patriotic. If you can't decide which sock package to choose from, remember, this is America. You can always get both, right?
That's cool.
And get this, if you buy both sock packages, we'll throw in a free bonus set of socks and an additional set of drink covers with a discount off the full purchase. Christmas came early, but hurry, these are limited edition. Get them now at blazesocks.com before they're gone. It's time to go shopping. Go to blazesocks.com.
Oh, look, the promo code's up there. Look at that. Pat Socks.
Use the promo code PatSocks then.
Yeah, and be careful how you pronounce that, too. That's a little dangerous. You know, it's PatSocks.com is the promo code at blazesocks.com.
Yeah, you don't want it to sound like Pat Socks because that would be really that.
I don't care for that.
No, I don't either.
I appreciate them checking with us before they came up with a promo code, though.
Pat Socks. Yeah, I do too. That's good. Go to blazesocks.com to scope out the socks. Get a pair for a deserving dad, a grad, or that person who needs a new pair of socks and a laugh. Maybe that person is you. And then use a promo code PatSocks.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay. We're hitting you with the bright spots today. I mean, yeah, the cost of food is up, but Brian Deese, Biden's economic advisor, tells you the bright spot here, even in that. And here he is to tell you.
Our economy is more resilient to the types of challenges that we faced. For example, with respect to food, we're a net exporter of agricultural commodities, and obviously the high prices are hitting Americans very hard. But they're in a way that is different from some places that are facing famine, for example.
Okay, prices are up, but we don't have a famine. At least.
Look at the standard now.
At least there's not a famine.
Right. What do you want? What do you need to be happy, Americans? Stop being such a Debbie Downer. At least there's not,
Okay, you could live in Somalia. Shut up.
There's no pestilence and
Do you live in Ethiopia? No, you don't.
This administration.
The worst. Unbelievable. Yeah, the cost of food is up, but at least it's not a famine.
God.
We don't live in a 7-year famine thing like in the Bible, So, and that's good because we haven't prepared during the 7 years of plenty. So that's a really good thing.
Oh.
And, everything's fine, though, because we're not in a famine right now.
What do you need? My gosh.
That's what I'm telling you.
To quote Pat, quit your belly aching.
Yeah,
it's
stop
not
it.
a famine. Oh, my goodness. They just, every day with the suck.
Amazing. It's truly amazing. Have you guys ever done this before, or have you seen it done? That's not how you address the American people. Okay, yeah, prices are up, but at least you're not starving. We have food still. Mm-hmm. Okay? There's no famine.
2 years from now, when they're doing the debates for the November election, presidential election,
and there is a famine. Then what are you going to do?
I was going to go with I could see Biden or Kamala at that point, who knows, say, well, look, there's not a famine. That could be a part of the debate. But no, there'll
probably be a famine.
I'll lean more toward your angle on that one.
What are you going to do when that happens? Okay, yeah, we've got a famine, but at least the earth hasn't completely flooded. Amazing.
Man, we are.
Amazing.
It's a great time in American history, right?
Yep.
Because there's no famines.
This is kind of fun. President Biden's press secretary won't let go of the Putin price hike narrative. Here's a couple of times when she's mentioned it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Putin's invasion of Ukraine. We have to also remember Putin's war in Ukraine because Putin's price hike, Putin's unprovoked invasion, and also Putin's war and Putin's invasion of Ukraine. Putin's brutal war. Now remember, President Putin's price hike because of Mr. Putin's war. Putin's tax hike, and also just the Putin's tax hike. President Putin's also. We have to also remember Putin's aggression and also Putin's war. Putin's war, Putin.
Yeah,
and remembering Putin's war. President Putin, we've said this many times. This is Putin's war.
Putin.
That is amazing.
Thank you, Washington Free Beacon, for that. That's
jeez.
So again, if you're going to blame Putin for the price at the pump, then you need to thank him because it's coming down a little bit now.
Yeah. No, I love the fact that they're blaming him for the price hike and taking all the credit for any price decrease. It's fantastic. Man, do they get to have it both ways. Every single time. And then it's like the pandemic. They took all the credit for getting the vaccine out there, even though it wasn't theirs. And then they still take credit when it turns out that it doesn't protect anybody from getting the infection.
Right. And I appreciate the clips we played from CNN where they are pointing out that things suck. At least they're pointing out facts.
Yeah.
Now you need to shift a little bit into Saul Alinsky mode, and you need to mock this administration for pushing these ridiculous narratives that they cannot defend on any planet and any timeline. So now you need to transfer. Thank you for laying out facts. Now it's time to hold these politicians, this administration, their feet to the fire and say, okay, can you stop with the Putin stuff? Can you stop saying that because these tweets from the president's account, like, there are 4,000 gas stations in America now where the price is under $4 a gallon.
I think it's 40,000
or whatever. I mean, the point is
$3.99 a gallon.
They are finding these ridiculous ways to try to spin this.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And they just announced yesterday that they'll be issuing a notice to sell 20 million more barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve as part of the Biden administration's effort to bring gas prices down. So you're going to do another 20 million barrels, and they're going to sell it, to China again?
You're right. Thank you. That's
through Hunter's company?
We need to start the impeachment process on that, by the way.
Oh, my gosh. This makes the fifth sale that Biden has authorized with the Petroleum Oil Reserve. The White House continues to blame disruptions posed by Russia's invasion for the high prices, while claiming that Biden's actions are making tremendous difference. I love it. In fact, the Department of Treasury estimates that as a result of these drawdowns, both domestically and internationally, the price at the pump for Americans is up about 40 cents per gallon. Well, it's about 40 cents per gallon lower than it otherwise would have been. I know at the peak of this, I paid $120 to fill up. Then I just filled up yesterday again, and it was $84.
Wow. So did you?
So I saved $36 over the fill up of the tank.
Did your parents raise you to write thank you cards to people when they gift you something?
They did.
And so did you?
I wrote one out to Vladimir Putin.
Before you pulled out of the parking lot.
Thank you for the decrease in your Putin price hike. And the love, Pat. Well, and then I crossed it out and I like Pat.
Oh,
actually, I crossed that out and I said, I don't really like you, but thanks anyway.
Oh, wow.
Pat.
That was a big card.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
So a lot of people online are saying that, they didn't accidentally screw up their little tweet when they wrote Peason instead of person from the White House. A lot of people think that they actually were trying to spell peon because that's what they think of us.
Yes.
And that extra
that
S
makes sense.
kind of slipped in there.
That does make sense.
Oh.
So, despite the fact that it's down to $4.33 a gallon.
No, he just put it up. $4.30. $4.30. Period.
Yeah, $4.30 a gallon. Okay. It was $2.25 a gallon when Trump left office. So we're still over $2, $2.05 over what it was when Trump left office. So it's still way more expensive than it should be.
And I made this point that if you look at the actual chart, as soon as it became obvious that Biden was going to be inaugurated, that's when the price started to go up. And it wasn't oil company manipulation. It was them realizing, oh my gosh, we are about to lose access to new drilling sites. So it was actually a lot lower than that.
Because he promised that was going to happen.
Yeah, you can give Trump credit for a lot lower than whatever Biden inherited.
Well, yeah, because when he lost the election, I think on that day. On election day, it was like $1.87 a gallon.
Something like that. Yeah. And
it was under $2 a gallon.
And the thing goes on. You remember how the press said, oh, Biden's going to be the president. That's when the spike went. Remember he had this stupid thing that night. That. Was it just November? I forget. Anyway, there's a day where Biden goes out and like acts like he's the president. And that's when they're like, oh, crap, that the supply available to us is about to be tightening.
Well, he did that thing. I guarantee I'm going to shut down the oil companies, and we're going to shut down fossil fuels.
I mean, he did before the sun set on day one of that presidency. He sure did. Like he promised.
It was his main thing. It was the first thing he did on the first day.
Yep. And then so when the news breaks yesterday that Biden is releasing from our Strategic Petroleum Reserve, I put a poll up on Twitter basically saying, it turned into a math problem. I apologize. I mean, it's a little wordy.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those word problems. Joe Biden has just released another 20 million barrels from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve.
Yeah.
Less than 500 million barrels remain, with the maximum possible in storage being 714 million barrels.
A little wordy.
If the oil tanker takes off today
no, that's not in there.
For France, and it has a headwind of 38 miles per hour.
I got it. A little wordy, I know.
How many barrels will still be in the Strategic Petroleum Reserve on November 1st, 2024?
Yeah, what do y'all think? Do you think?
I think it's going to be under 100 million.
Okay, so
that's what I think.
You would vote for the choice 4, which most of your audience did.
Oh, did they?
Most of my followers there on Twitter.
Smart. That's because they're
smart.
So
what are we at as far as results right now? Do we have that? I can look this up if you didn't pull that part of it. Hang on. Stand by for news. Let's see. Hold on. I'm scrolling.
At the bottom, Keith can't figure this out.
That's because Keith tweets too much, and so it takes like an hour to scroll down. There's Matilda. Okay, so less than 100 million barrels, 65% believe that.
Okay.
About 24% say between 100 and 250 million barrels will remain. 9% say between 250 and 500 million, and 1.6% think that we'll be above 500 million barrels when this clown reaches November 1st, 2024.
No way.
I mean, every day, all I hear in my head is Pat Gray saying, if you wanted to destroy this nation,
what would you do differently? Stu's imaginary Cadillac sent us this. Stu ordered a car that he really loved almost a year ago. I think it's 11 months now. I think we're at the 11-month. Yeah, I think in August it's a full year. In August it'll be a full year. He still doesn't have the car.
Where are they building this thing? In Detroit?
Botswana, I believe. Yeah.
Botswana, yeah. By the time it gets delivered to Port Stu, it'll be a classic.
So Stu's imaginary Cadillac sent this in. I recently came across a theory. Abiotic oil. Oil may be formed as natural geological processes in the boundary layer between the mantle and the lower crust. Infuses carbon with hydrogen and trace elements in the crust, and under pressure is forced up through porous rock as crude oil.
Yeah.
Now, I've said this for years.
Yeah.
I haven't described it in that kind of detail.
This is the Pat Gray theory.
But that's my theory, just kind of
natural.
Spoken in a scientific way.
Right, that it's just naturally made. It's not from
not
dinosaur bones and leaves and stuff.
Has nothing to do with fossils. I firmly believe that. We found too much oil, and we continue to find too much oil to think that it came from fossils.
I love it, man.
We should have been out of it a long time ago.
Yeah.
And that's what they predicted. Over and over and over and over. I've said this before. In 1920, they started predicting. 1920! Over 100 years ago, they were predicting peak oil. And now look at us. We've got so much oil, we don't know what to do with it.
So when you're having these conversations with people about the supply of oil and, we're going to run out, it's finite, stop saying fossil fuels. Just start calling it, what is it, abiotic? Abiotic fuel. Thank you, Stu's imaginary Cadillac.
That. Yeah, thanks for that tweet. 888-900-3393. Oh, we got Jeffy coming up next.
Hi, Jeffy.
To chew the fat. Coming up.
If it's good enough for them, is it good enough for you?
Now back to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Now you look like an idiot. It's true.
That's true. Welcome Couple of tweets here, bad engineer tweets. The economy is so good with so many jobs. I'm working 2 of them just to feed my family. Oh, no. Jeez. Muffer Squish, is it famine? Is it a famine, or is it just an incentive-driven, locally sourced alternative insect protein initiative?
There you go.
That's a good way to look at it.
That is.
Yeah, thank you for that spin, Muffer Squish. Lone Wolf 2965. With this administration, at least there's not a famine, can safely be interpreted as there's going to be a famine.
Boy, no kidding.
Wow, that is accurate.
I'm not a cat. Tweets, there's not a famine. Clap for that, you dumb bastards.
It's not even funny.
That's really funny. That's great. At least there's not a famine. Clap for that, you dumb bastards.
It's not funny.
In case you're not in on that particular joke, it's from Joe Biden telling a group of military personnel to clap for something he said, you dumb bastards, a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Supposed to be an inside joke.
Yeah. Yeah, inside the mind of Biden.
So inside,
just murky and nasty and evil. All right. Time to chew the fat. Oh, Jeffy. When you get stuck between the moon and New York City, your name is Jeffy. That much is true. When you get stuck between the moon and New York City, best that you can do, the best that you can do is chew the fat. Wow. Jeffy, he does as he pleases. And then it's gone. Okay, time to chew the fat now with Jeffy.
I love when it just runs out. We're just done. It's over.
We're done.
We're just done. It's over. He's stuck. Move on.
Nothing we can do about it. He's jammed in there tight. Darn it.
No.
All right, let's move on.
I would like to say, I'd like to reiterate that this is not, we are not in a famine. And so quit your whining.
Right. Yeah.
Quit your whining. Okay? Right. Get over it. You're fine.
You dumb bastards.
Just because there might not be the exact item you were looking for at the store. Tough.
Yeah.
Get over
like
it.
Bread?
Get something else.
Like bread and milk?
Water? We were at Sam's Club the other day.
Yeah.
They were out of the water that we get.
Yeah.
That really sucked. And then they were out of something else, too. What was it? I was like, this is Sam's Club!
I know all they had was the mini bottles. It's a couple of cases of mini bottles. Yeah.
Yes, the teeny ones, which are not worth having.
That's not happening.
That's not happening. No, I'm
Jeff
sorry.
Fisher House. No.
And my wife bought them anyway for the grandkids.
Oh, really?
But they didn't have the full-size bottles.
I had to settle. I went to Walmart and got the Great Value ones.
I cannot abide that.
The plastic is not the same.
And it's just purified drinking water.
So is the Sam's.
It's no.
Yes.
No, I get the Ozarka, which is spring water.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah. Now I did have to settle for the purified water that comes from the tap. See, I've become a real water snob.
Yeah, do you guys have a tap in your house? Like a sink?
I never use it, but yes.
Comes out?
Yes.
Okay.
We have a tap.
I have the giant jugs, too.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles.
When you have water bottles
out of a plastic. Away from plastic towards paper. Like drink box water bottles.
Drink box water
bottles.
This guy is sort of he's the worst. Well, he's not the worst, but he's one of the worst.
No, but he is one
on
of
this planet.
That's for sure. So
we have the worst.
Yes.
We're number one.
Oh, yeah,
we're number one.
He's close.
We're number one in all the worst leaders.
Yay!
But yeah, he's close. He's in there somewhere. And how about the New Zealand Prime Minister that we played yesterday?
Oh yeah,
Did you see
she's
that?
awesome.
Her comments.
She's awesome.
Only believe us and no one else.
No
Single
one else.
source of truth.
Yeah.
Incredible. Just incredible.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. You got it. You got it.
Right. We're lemmings. We're sheep. You bet. Lead us.
You got it. Thank you. Great. And plus, I won't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, she's looking a little.
No, and then you went ahead. And you went ahead, didn't you?
Wow. Wow.
I won't say that. She's looking a little rough around the edges, but I won't say that. Man. I won't say that.
It's getting a little tough down there in New Zealand. That's what I'm saying.
At least it's not a famine.
I mean, she looks like it's possible.
But I won't say that. I won't say it. But she looks like garbage.
A little skeletorish down there at the old New Zealand.
But I won't say it. No, I won't say that.
He's got that big old buck too.
Yeah, but I won't. But again,
happening.
He's got the long.
But again, honestly, I won't say anything about her looks.
Well, Jeffy won't say it, so I will. Of all the world leaders in history, she's got to have the most mouthful of teeth.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah. She's got a big overbite.
But it's like someone elected in Osmond, but without the fun part.
Without
the fun? Was that the purple socks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But Pat won't say it.
So, good news and bad news. No winner last night on the $830 million Mega Millions drawing.
Is that the good news or the bad news?
So, well, the good news, that's the bad news. The good news is that Friday night's drawing is $1.2 billion.
1.02. Liar.
1.02
wow.
billion. It'll be 1.2 by the time Friday night rolls around.
Over $1 billion.
602.
Jeez.
What is that? 602.5 million cash payout.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We've already done the math before the show here. After taxes, Jeffy, would we conclude?
That's
so if we put the 18 minutes together along with the 7 minute together, you got 22 minutes. Yeah. You sell it with 8 minutes of ads, you got 30 minutes.
That's all you get.
Right at 380 million cash you would walk away with after taxes.
After taxes.
If you get the cash option.
I think you could be all right with that.
Yeah,
you think?
I mean, well, tonight the Powerball is only 145 million.
That's not even worth playing.
Spit at 145.
Yeah, that's not even worth playing.
85 million cash payout?
No.
I know. Why even play?
Why
After
bother?
Taxes, what is that going to be?
Why bother? Like 40, 45.
Yeah. I mean, you can't even survive on that.
No. There's no way you could make ends meet.
Congratulations. The NFL has decided that they needed their own streaming app themselves, and they're going to take care of it themselves. And they covered the possibility of every name, and they went with NFL Plus. That's what all the apps, every app in America, if they are
NFL
giving you,
Plus.
they're giving you more content. It's whatever the company is plus. And so you get $4.99 a month or $39.99 a year. And they've even said that, hey, you can probably get a little bit more, the premium version of our service, for another $5 a month. So you can get $9.99 a month or $79.99 a year for NFL
And what do you eliminate
Plus.
commercials if you get the $5 extra?
Yeah, and they give you different views, different angles of the games, and I think you get replays on the premium stuff. I think on the regular app you just get the games, and you get in-market Sunday afternoon games. Stuff.
Okay.
And it's only on the phone and tablet, no TV. It won't, it's like the Quibi rule. It won't go to the TV. That worked out well for Quibi.
Yeah, didn't it though? and here's the thing. I don't yet have enough streaming services in my life. I only pay probably $380 a month.
Isn't that interesting?
For streaming services.
How we saw streaming as the way to get weaned off of cable.
Yeah.
And now we're paying more.
And now we're paying more.
They got us. I mean, they figured it out. By the way, NFL Sunday Ticket, I know this is separate from the NFL streaming. Their contract runs out at the end of this year. Has it been confirmed that Apple TV is going to be the place for it, or could it end up on this NFL streaming?
It's just they're saying that Apple TV is the front runner for the streaming, and so we don't know that for sure.
For the streaming for what?
That's
the games.
the NFL ticket, the Sunday ticket.
In other words, when you want to see the future starting running back for the Atlanta Falcons.
Tyler Algier.
Yeah, you're going to need to get NFL Sunday Ticket so you can watch along with me.
Okay, and is that going to cost me $400 a month
or
whatever?
A year, for the season.
For the year, for the season.
Yes.
Okay. $400?
Yeah, that's separate from NFL Plus.
But I'm sure you know a student that you could get a cheaper rate. I mean, I sure do.
You know what I did for Zach Wilson last year? I bought, I don't know, one of them. I think it wasn't the live one because I didn't want to pay $400 for it, for the Jets, who I'm not even a fan of. So I did the other one, which was $100, I think it was, and you can watch it right after the game's over.
Cool.
And then you watch it afterwards. And you know how many times I watched it? A grand total of once. I think it was $100 viewing experience.
See, your boy's in the news these days, too.
Good night.
Your boy Zach's in the news these days,
Are you aware of what's going on with him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I
I mean, bless his heart. I love him.
He didn't.
Oh, I'm sure. They denied it, Pat. Of course. No way would he ever sleep with his mom's friend.
If you don't know the story, his ex-girlfriend, because they were calling her a homie hopper because she broke up with Zach and went to one of his best friends, Dax Milne, who plays for the Washington Commanders or whatever they're called now. Awesome. So they were calling her a homie hopper. So she says the real homie hopper is Zach, who hopped from to his mother's best friend or something and slept with her, supposedly. So all the NFL football players were calling him the GOAT.
Greatest of all time.
Because he slept with his mother's best friend.
Awesome. And didn't his mom stop following one of her friends on Instagram? And that's how they figured out who it was?
That's right. And then she posted an Instagram story that had her friends show up and said that this is not the friend that everybody's talking about.
Oh, my gosh.
Something like that.
We got it.
Something like that, yeah.
Then something's up.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Now, before you start using them
definitely up.
as an example of a typical Mormon family.
Oh, I don't even know that we were going there.
No, I wasn't.
Defensive much?
Okay, they're not
kidding.
They're not even active. Okay, yes, they're Mormon. They're not even active.
I wasn't
Thanks
even
for clarifying that, because I was like, man, this is what Mormons do.
Zach has said multiple times, I'm just not that churchy.
Well,
so yeah. Yeah, not if you're sleeping with your mother's best friend. You're sure not.
Feeling a little guilty much?
No. No, I just know where this stuff goes every time.
It does not, but nothing was even said about it.
I'm not necessarily talking about you two. It's just people in general are going to start that. So I thought I'd nip it in the bud.
I mean, if that's a new thing, I may join.
All right.
But he denies it. So
fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fine.
We believe him.
Well, I mean,
it's just it's an alleged affair.
You don't just absolutely buy into what his ex-girlfriend says just because, right? So, I mean, he's got his side too. Thought I'd get it out there.
Speaking of the NFL, training camp underway.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the arrival of your boy, Aaron Rodgers, showing up at Green Bay.
Yeah, I didn't see this.
This is awesome.
What happened?
What's this music, Jeffy?
He's a U.S. Ranger.
Oh no, this is the first one. No, that's the second one. That's the Con Air one. The original one, is this one without. They didn't post any audio or anything with it. He's just walking into training camp, looking like Nicolas Cage from Con Air, and I love the fact that he tosses the backpack down in the parking lot. I guess the rookies come out and get that for Aaron.
Oh,
I don't know.
That is so great.
And he just walks in, and the deal
what
was...
if somebody steals it before the rookies get out there?
I think he'll be fine.
You think so?
I think that's behind the paid parking lot. Yeah.
All right.
And then, so everyone was saying how much he looked like Nicolas Cage from Con Air, as he's showing up to training camp. And then they posted the video with the Con Air audio and music.
He's a U.S. Ranger. Highly decorated. Did a little hell raising when he was a kid, but nothing serious. He's defending his wife. Got in a drunken brawl. And he killed a guy. That could happen to you or me.
All right.
Well done.
Awesome.
That is
really
so
awesome.
funny.
Yeah. Yesterday, you mentioned the $5,000 ticket price for Bruce Springsteen with his, persona as the boss, the working man.
Yeah.
And Ticketmaster, of course, defended its ticket pricing for Springsteen and the E Street Band, calling it consistent with industry standards. And Springsteen's manager said that, they're trying to back it up, saying everything's fine. That's just part of the deal. We covered everything, and the platinum tickets that sell for nearly 5,000 are only 11.2% of overall ticket sales. And so everything, quit your bashing.
Yeah, the nosebleed seats were $1,100.
Yeah.
The nosebleed seats.
My favorite tweet over the Springsteen ticket price debacle came from Damn Mad 417 with the perfect definition of Bruce Springsteen. $5,000 floor seats, 1,100 nosebleed, sold his catalog for $500 million, hung with B.O. Barack Obama, former stench in the White House, working class hero, ? Phony works.
That's great.
Yeah, that is a perfect definition of Bruce Springsteen, man.
Yep.
And then I see where Adele tickets are going back up. Adele posted on her Instagram that Weekends with Adele is back on. And she wrote, "Words can't explain how ecstatic I am to finally be able to announce these rescheduled shows. Blah, blah, blah. Were ya? Okay. All right. But
if you fall for that again, you deserve what you get.
The Las Vegas residency was postponed the day before it was scheduled in January. Now she's added shows. There's 32 shows that have been announced beginning November through March of next year. Got me wondering, how much are those Adele tickets going for? Now, Ticketmaster says the tickets are not available yet, but I found a place, ticketnetwork.com, has Weekends with Adele opening night, November 18th. The lowest price, second row mezzanine, 2 tickets, $1,156. Lowest price second in the middle, 3 rows back, 2 tickets, $33,000. Front row, stage left, 2 tickets, $47,000, almost $48,000.
I'm buying a car if I have that cash.
I mean, holy cow! Oh, and did I mention that the event organizer is requiring all attendees at the event to be fully vaccinated, 14 days past final vaccination shot? Proof of vaccination is required to enter the event. Documentation of vaccination is required for entry. So have fun. Enjoy the show.
Just looking at, the working man hero, Bruce Springsteen's 160-acre, $29 million estate. Good to see that he's so down to earth.
Down to earth.
It's really
all American
really
male
gratifying.
right there.
It gives me chills, really. He's just a down to earth, working class man,
from New
just
Jersey.
like you and me.
Right.
Feeling good for you and me.
Got some tweets here. Guido tweets, "Hey, it's about time the Jets had a quarterback who can score."
Thank you. Thank you. Be here all week.
Is that a Mormon dig, Pat?
Is that a what?
Was that a dig at Mormons or something?
I don't know. Probably yes.
I'm offended for you, quite
Next,
frankly.
what are you going to do? Exterminate us again? Is that what you're going to do? Go ahead.
Well, obviously
all right,
they
bring
didn't
it.
exterminate you.
They tried. They tried.
That was actually a good line. Jets quarterback can score.
Yeah. Thus the rim shot. Also, we'll get to that in a second. First, let me tell you about First Liberty. There's this Supreme Court coup effort going on. The court packing situation is a coup. Don't make any mistake about it. The usual suspects, Biden, Pelosi, Schumer, they're working overtime on new radical plans to pack the Supreme Court. And if we don't stop them from installing 4 more justices so they can rig the system in their favor, it's going to be catastrophic for our country. They keep saying, this has been done in the past. We haven't always had 9. Right. We've had less than 9. Never in our history have we had more than 9. So don't let them fool you. We can't let it happen. We're gathering a coalition of 1 million patriots to say no to court packing, no to this liberal agenda, and no to the Supreme Court coup. Franklin Graham's involved. Former U.S. Attorney General Edwin Meese, Dr. James Dobson, the Family Policy Alliance, the Heritage Foundation, and way over 400,000 people now, like you, are all on board. So please sign your name to this now. Go to Supreme Coup. That's C-O-U-P, Supreme, C-O-U-P, supremecoup.com to sign First Liberty's letter. supremecoup.com.
Pat Gray.
From Vern Lundquist, can we get a Jeffy Plus, or is he already maxed out? I think you're maxed.
Oh, like a streaming service?
Yeah.
Just all Jeffy all the time?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's an exciting possibility.
How much would you charge for that?
$4.99 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't keep that price free too?
Wow.
You wouldn't fight for your
For Jeffy Plus?
Yeah.
No way.
So much for being a man of the people. Bruce Springsteen, is that you over there?
You can get Jeffy Plus. You know, I'm up on Cameo. You need some stuff said to anyone that you love or hate. Hit me up on Cameo.
All right.
Or hate.
Yeah. I'll send all kinds of hate too.
From Bad Engineer, if someone could just put all these streaming services together. Yeah. So what do we have now? We got Netflix.
Okay.
Yep.
By the way, we just. I'm not gonna. My wife.
Oh no! What are you up to?
Caved on Netflix.
Oh.
Yeah, we have Netflix again.
So you could watch.
Kind of ashamed of it.
The child porn now coming into your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut up.
Yes.
Shut up.
But here's what broke her down. Persuasion, the Jane Austen movie that Netflix just did. She had to see it.
Was it good?
It was.
Was it worth?
No.
Was it worth selling your soul for?
It was,
We got the
it
Gray
wasn't
Man.
worth our souls. Yeah, and so I did watch Gray Man.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? That's not bad.
Fun ride, yeah.
I mean, it gets
It's all
a
right.
little ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
You know, oftentimes they
expected
do,
that, though.
and they just go too far. But it was pretty good. So there's Netflix. You got your Hulu. You got Disney Plus, Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Paramount and Paramount Plus,
Right.
actually. Peacock, NFL Plus now, HBO Max, Crackle. I don't even know about Crackle.
I asked Martin about that one.
Apple TV, AMC Plus, Blaze TV, of course.
Yeah.
Are we missing it? Oh, Amazon. You forgot
Amazon
Prime
yeah.
Video. Yeah,
Prime.
my bad. Yeah, I'm sorry about the
Amazon
Crackle.
Prime.
I literally go down the hall. Martin, tell me some streaming services. The first thing out of his mouth, Crackle.
Crackle?
Come on, man.
What is that?
They have old movies and stuff on it. It's
no.
You have that as well?
Of course.
It's up on Roku.
Of course, Jeffy knows, man.
It's up on Roku.
I should have asked you. Why was I going down to Martin for this list?
You know what we should also do is price this out.
Okay. Oh yeah.
See what that adds up
it's
to.
tough. It's tough because with Hulu, you've got there's different tiers in Hulu
Yeah,
Live.
I know.
And you got YouTube.
Well, I'll do the
YouTube
cheapest.
TV.
I'll just do the cheapest version of everything.
Yeah. All right.
And then I'll get back to you.
All right. Do the cheapest and then do the most expensive.
The cheapest is probably about except for Netflix. Netflix is up to about $20 a month now.
Is it really
for their premier tier? I think it's like 19 something a month.
Your
now.
soul costs $20 a month, Pat.
It's not your soul. Shut up. I'm talking about it. It's ridiculous.
I did not think she would ever cave on that. I really didn't. Because she was like, it is just not worth it. We are not subscribing to that anymore. All right. No, you're right. I was just going to mention it.
Think you know someone.
I said I was going to say we should think about it. And now we thought about it. Let's get rid of it. And so when Persuasion came up, though.
Gotta get it back. You start watching.
God damn it.
She'd probably sit down. Have you watched Outlander? She'll probably like
I've never seen Outlander.
Too.
That looks good,
Time
though.
Traveler. It's really good.
Looks good.
Really good.
I think it's TVMA.
And
Is it not?
Yes. Sorry. Oh my gosh. You know what? Just cancel it. I can't take it.
There's a ton, though. I mean, Netflix has, I think, more pretty good entertainment than anybody else. I think.
Yeah, they're getting there. I mean, Hulu is a pretty good app these days, man. I've watched a lot of stuff through Hulu.
Are you?
But that's because I got HBO Max through them, and you don't forget about Showtime. I mean, Showtime's got some great stuff up there. Those are all separate entities now.
Yeah, Showtime. Showtime has an app too. You got to add Showtime.
I mean,
jeez,
they're all.
They all have crazy.
They all have their stuff. Yeah,
that is nuts.
I'm pricing these out.
You just can't keep up with it.
Yeah, I'm going to price these out as their maximum cost because there's so many different deals. Like we right now have a promo code. Where you save $20. So I'm not all these different things. So I'm just going to do the maximum, and you guys can figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, and you could average it out.
And I'm bad at math, so we don't want to be doing that.
Well, so we have all those subscriptions. Plus, we still have cable. Because
I don't have cable. I have YouTube TV.
I can't get rid of cable because of the sports.
That's why I have YouTube TV.
Yeah.
That's why and that's $70 a month now. I just looked at the bill for YouTube.
I don't even want to tell you. I just saw.
I don't want to know. That's not counting paying for internet access at my home. Frontier likes to charge a pretty penny for that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they do. Mm-hmm. I don't even want to say what my Frontier bill is.
I know. It's embarrassing.
Freaking ridiculous.
But I just looked at some of those bills, and I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Seriously, what are we doing?
Uh-huh.
And then I go watch my show.
I know. Then you leave it there because fall is coming, and I got to have the football access. I have to. And really, we almost never, other than football season, almost never watch anything on the cable pack.
On the regular networks,
I almost never watch it.
I record a lot of shows.
Right. When it comes to sports streaming, the way I get around it, so that I don't have to pay for a live TV streaming service. I get the NFL Sunday ticket for the Falcons and the NFL games. I get the MLB for the Braves and NHL.
Save money there.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is, I specifically just get the sport that I want to stream. Like, in other words, I don't have like NBA crap, right?
Yeah. Right.
So when it comes to football season, college football season, I find the lowest available live streaming that has Big Ten Network, so I can watch the Husker games, and then I cancel it. So I have it for like 3 months, and then move on with my life.
Right. I know, but you really do that. I forget. I just okay. Have I had that all year? And I was only going to keep it for 3 months? Yeah, dang it. It's too bad. But here's the weird thing, though. When you have the apps, like you have, let's say, Food Network app, and you want to watch just Food Network. Well, that'd be great if you could cancel cable and just watch Food Network on the app, but you can't because you got to get it through your cable subscription,
provider,
right? There's no way to just have the app and watch
some of
it.
that. No, I mean you can
Isn't
get
that right?
You can get some of those through Roku.
You can,
but that again, Roku's a separate fee, though.
Yeah,
right?
Jeffy, have you been using my computer again? Because I Google Crackle cost and it says $60 to $100 per gram, and I'm like, what is that? And the answer is, how much does crack cost? $60 to $100 a gram. In case you're wondering,
that's a fair price.
Okay, good. Anyway, carry on.
All right. President Joe Biden fell to new lows after almost 2 years in office, according to a recent poll, with losses within his party and among all demographic categories, especially among the Hispanic community, whose majority now leans toward the Republican Party. A Quinnipiac University study published Wednesday showed, that's today, right?
Or a week ago.
Or a week ago, one of the two, showed that only 31% of Americans approve of Biden's performance. 31% in Quinnipiac now. Wow. 50% believe Biden did a good job controlling COVID-19. 66% disapprove of his economic management. 55% find his foreign policy deficient. 52% disapprove of his reaction to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Overall, 71% of respondents would prefer Biden not run for re-election, including 54% of Democrats. His approval rating with Hispanics now is 19%. 19%.
It's a fun number.
Yeah, it is. I don't know that we've ever seen numbers that low, especially with the minority group and the Democrat Party. That's incredible. Wow. So, if Republicans take the Congress back coming up in November, Rand Paul wants Dr. Fauci to testify under oath. That would be great.
I think this is why he doesn't have a date of his retirement. He wants to see who's in charge after November.
That's probably right.
So we're going to get an announcement sometime between November and January if the Republicans take over that, I'm calling it a career.
Check this out.
Which is politics. I know one of your least favorite subjects here. Senator Rand Paul, a Republican, and some Republicans are talking about what they might do if they retake the House or the Senate in the fall. Senator Rand Paul says of the Republicans, if they retake the House, one way or another, if we are in the majority, we will subpoena your records, and he will testify in the Senate under oath. Your reaction to Rand Paul and others saying they're going to investigate you if they take power?
Well, there's no reason to do that, but if they want to go ahead, my records are an open book.
Records?
They are talking about things that are really bizarre, John, like crimes against democracy by shutting down the government. All I have ever done, and go back and look at everything I've ever done, was to recommend common sense, good, CDC recommended public health policies that have saved millions of lives. If you want to investigate me,
God, this guy thinks something of him. Okay, get out of here. I can't take it. This guy believes he is the savior of this planet. He really has a messianic complex here. All I've ever done, John, is save millions and millions of lives. That's all I've ever done. What do you want? How many more millions of lives do I have to save over there? Eh? Answer me that, John. Guy, that is amazing. He is, I've said it before. I am science, John. And science saves millions and millions of lives over there. All right, so here's what we have from Keith's calculations.
Yeah, that's a good qualifier.
Yeah. Keep in mind, this is Keith math.
Yeah, this is the most. This is if you don't get any discounts.
If you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So if you have all 13 of these streaming services, and there are more.
And how did you do Amazon Prime? Because that's
I broke it out monthly. Like if you did the yearly deal divided by 12.
$103.89 a month?
No, 103. 103.89.
That's what I said. $103.89. $103.89.
No, $103.89.
I thought you said $183. I don't know. There's too many sounds in my head. All right.
Total cost $103.89.
See, that doesn't sound bad.
That doesn't sound that bad.
It's just $103.89.
And then what?
Then you've got
and then you've got at least 80 to 150 internet fees.
Yeah, or more.
And then you have YouTube TV or Hulu Live.
Right, this is nothing live.
Cable.
Yeah, this is
cable. Mm-hmm.
Either one of those that you're adding on top of that just to get to those. So
you expected more than. Again, the number.
I did expect
it's
more.
It's $103.89. You keep saying something different, but that's the cost if you got all those streamings at the maximum prices. Remember, now these are no discounts, but these are also no, commercial free. This is just standard plug and go.
All right. So it's usually, it would average, I don't know, $7 or $8 a piece, probably, right? If you averaged all these out.
How many are on that list again?
I think 13. So 13 divided by 103.89.
Most of them are, $4 or $5 a month.
Wow, right at $7.99.
Incredible.
No, $7.99 is what he's saying.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard that correctly.
I don't think we did.
Okay.
I don't think we did. Here's something I definitely want you to hear correctly because it's really important. You can keep your hair with Keeps. It's the year 2022 now. It's not 1958 where you just have to lose your hair and deal with it, or put on some stupid rug, or do what Joe Biden did and get the implant thing.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know,
the plugs.
Yeah, the plugs, like Rush used to call them. Plugs.
Plugs
Biden.
That's
so
right.
Great. Remember that?
Yes.
I miss him. But now there's Keeps, and it's great. 2 out of 3 guys experience hair loss before they're 35. That's really horrible. And it can be tough. I mean, you see it all the time. You're self-conscious about it. You buy a baseball cap to cover it up. Don't do that. Go to Keeps. They have clinically proven, FDA-approved hair treatments available online. Whether you're looking to prevent hair loss, stimulate hair growth, or take care of the hair you have, your Keeps physician will help you select the right products and develop a personalized hair-saving routine that works for you.
Yeah, they do. They personalize it.
Keith has regrown hair. Jason, who is Glenn's lead researcher, has regrown hair. I mean, it's been great, and it's easy. There's no waiting rooms or pharmacy visits. And if you have any questions, you can get a hold of your Keeps doctor. You can message them 24/7. Visit keeps.com/Pat. Get 50% off your first order. That's KEEPS. Keeps.com/Pat for 50% off.
Pat Gray. Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. So as we celebrate Roe v. Wade being overturned. Since that decision in 73, 63 million babies have paid the price. So now that the decision is in the hands of the states, it's probably going to get worse in those states because they'll just go from places like Texas to California, and California will have many more abortions, and you'll probably wind up about the same place. Well, over the past 16 years, Preborn has positioned their clinics in the top abortion cities, where 50% of abortions take place. Preborn's work of saving babies' lives will continue, and again, it'll probably be an even greater pace. So what they need is your help. A gift of any size, $10, $50, $100 if you can afford it, or $1,000. Whatever you can do, please donate. All the gifts are tax deductible. They'll go towards saving babies' lives by showing women the ultrasound. And once they see the baby, it makes such a difference. And 80% of the time they choose life. To donate, dial pound 250. Say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby. Or go to preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Brittney Griner is expected to show up in court again today. I can't believe we're still dealing with this.
I know. Pretty amazing.
Get her home. Period. And don't tell me, she said mean things about America. I know. She took a knee. I know. She's an American. Bring her home. Right. Bring her home. Swap her with whoever you have to. I don't know, that Russian douchebag they keep talking. Well, he's not a good guy. Oh, well.
Well, neither is Brittney.
What, not
get
a
her
good
home.
guy?
Yes, get her home. Or him. Or they.
Get her home. Seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
She shouldn't be doing another court appearance today and testifying today. She should be here.
Yes.
Yeah, and save that. I'm with you, man. She's an American.
Yeah.
And if you're against her coming home, then you're just a partisan before you're an American. And I just don't like that.
She needs to be brought home.
She didn't leave this country saying, I hate America, I'm running away to Russia,
didn't.
and now she's trying to get back. No, she was just over there working.
She's just trying to make more money because all she makes is $250,000 in
Right.
the WNBA.
Right.
You can't make ends meet on that.
She couldn't.
It's 2 tanks of gas. in Joe Biden's America.
That's right.
Yeah, and yes, she broke the law over there.
But they're saying this was even medicinal. That's what I've heard anyway. Is that true? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was medicinal.
I know, I've attempted that before.
Have you?
Really, officer, it's medicinal. Most of the time they don't buy it. But anyway.
There's no THC in it. What do you mean? This is it's for nausea.
What?
I'm taking it for nausea. But regardless, bring her home. I mean, in America, that'd be a slap on the hand. She'd pay a $50 fine. She'd be on her way. It's just they're trying to extract some revenge because we're helping Ukraine.
If you think this has anything to do with the rule of law in Russia,
it doesn't.
You're a dope. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's not what Vlad said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Oh, look. Look at here. You're working for Putin over there.
And how tough is it to arrange? They've said many times they want this guy back. I forget what his name is or even what he did. But we've got Russian people here who
We've
are
got
being
another
held.
guy that's been over there. One of our guys has been over there for quite a while. Let's swap him out. Let's get him home.
You give him 2 for 1 because Americans and Brittany's worth it.
He's a he's a notorious Russian arms dealer. Victor Bout.
Okay.
Merchant of Death is his nickname.
The Merchant of Death.
Well, that's kind of a cool name.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. If you're an arms dealer, that's a pretty good nickname. So anyway, instead,
get her home.
Instead, she's appearing in a Russian court. Yeah, get her home. This is not brain surgery.
No, it's not.
If this was Donald Trump, she would have been here. She wouldn't have been in jail for a
week. I don't know that she
in
would
Russia.
have been arrested.
She might not have been arrested.
Yeah.
I bet she believes that too.
They probably wouldn't have been at war.
Yeah. If she's being honest with herself, she believes that too. Trump would have gotten her out, or she wouldn't have been taken in the first place.
Well, she's certainly not a Trump fan, but would she realize that if she were honest with herself? I don't know. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Either way, she should be home.
But there's a lot of Biden fans in this country.
Oh, my gosh. Have you seen the support?
Oh, my gosh. I feel in the minority now.
Well, We'll have to probably play this after the break because
we
there's
have the
so much
screenshots.
support. Let me read the one.
Yeah, read these screenshots. Yeah.
Some of these people are very deeply in love with Joe Biden. Like this tweet: "You have been the softest, most reassuring voice of reason I've felt in years." Thank you, President Joseph R. Biden, for taking us all on when you never ever had to.
Yeah, thank you for the respite of peace. I speak for everyone when I say we love you.
That sounds like a real human.
And look at it. It's copy and paste, bot after bot after bot. I mean, obviously, it's completely grassroots. We got another guy times a million that says, honest U.S. citizen here.
Honest U.S. citizen. Everybody identifies as that,
I don't get
right?
why many people hate Biden. He's one of the best presidents in the country right now. Yeah, he's the only one.
Well, I give him top 15. Top 15 right now.
Pat Gray. Pat Gray returns.
Kevin Davis tweets, modern economic theory from our academia betters. Is a Democrat in office? Not a recession. Is a Republican in office? Recession. Yeah, probably a deep one, too. In fact, it might be a depression that's on the way. You remember in 1990 when they talked down the economy? Yeah. The economy wasn't even bad. And they just talked us into thinking it was really, really bad. And thus, George H.W. Bush lost. Florida man Rob, I need to win the $1.02 billion lottery so I can pay for a year's worth of streaming subscriptions. That might get you a year and a half, actually.
Yeah.
Might get you a year and a half. Birds aren't real. Smart. I get why people like Fauci have messianic complexes. If 150 million people did everything you said without question, you might think a little highly of yourself, too.
Yeah, that's
true.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. All right, we were talking about the bot situation online where these bots are just spitting out the same thing over and over and over about their support.
You mean Americans that genuinely
that's what I mean, yes.
Joe Biden.
I mean honest U.S. citizens.
Yes.
Who say things like, honest U.S. citizen here. Okay, that doesn't sound foreign at all. That's how Americans speak. I don't get why many people hate Biden. I think he's one of the best presidents in the country right now. How many presidents of the country are there right now?
I haven't counted in a while.
I haven't either.
Now?
Well, yeah, actually, right now.
Now, technically, there's probably 24 Marxists that are president.
That's probably true.
Yeah,
in the shadow government, if you include them, there's probably hundreds. So if he's one of the best in the country right now, that is a compliment. He needs time to do this.
Yeah, give him some time, man.
We should back him and trust the process. We can do this. Let's go, U.S.
Let's go, U.S.
Wow.
I mean, they are trying too hard.
Oh, that is. And it's the exact same thing under different names over and over and over again. But that's what you have to do when your approval rating is down to 30%.
And 19 among Hispanics, right?
19%. Wow. And overall, in that same poll, it was 29%. You believe that? 29%.
Pretty amazing. And we just had the University of New Hampshire did a poll of first choice Democratic 2024 presidential candidate.
Ooh, Dick Gephardt.
And who did this?
Likely Democratic primary voters. This is University of New Hampshire.
And Democrat Dick Gephardt is the lead?
Dick Gephardt.
Dick Gephardt. I don't know.
We're never going to let that go.
No.
It's always going to be Dick Gephardt for life.
Dick made the list, actually.
Okay. Who did? Who's at the top
so,
of this?
number one, 17%.
Okay.
Pete Buttigieg.
Okay,
Pete Buttigieg. Come on.
The guy who bikes a block to work every day?
Number two.
Okay.
Joe Biden.
Joe Robinette Biden.
16%.
All right.
And the rest of the list is, Elizabeth Warren, Gavin Newsom, both of them tied at 10%. Klobuchar, Bernie Sanders.
Amy Klobuchar made the list?
9%.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they're all on here. I mean, they've got Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, AOC, 5%, Hillary Clinton, 3%,
AOC's not even old enough to be president. Will she be by?
I think she will be by the time
maybe?
it rolls around. Yeah. She's getting a little long in the tooth. Stacey Abrams, Cory Booker, Gretchen Whitmer.
None of those have a shot.
They're
None
all
of them.
1% or 0. Yeah. But, I mean, he can't even win a
poll among Democrats.
Among Democrats saying, well, who'd you vote for right now today?
Well, here's one of the reasons why. He looked, here's a video of him looking just a tad lost the other day when gas prices were
Joe
being
Biden.
discussed.
Not this guy.
Yeah, this guy.
In a month, over a coming month, and that would be real savings. Looking
does
forward,
look lost.
we expect
Yes,
gas
he
prices
does.
to decline further.
What are you saying?
However, as you noted, they are still too high. Refiner margins remain roughly double what is typical for this time of year, though they have declined from their record highs. Retailer margins are very elevated and are around 50 cents above what is typical. What that means is we expect gas prices at the pump to continue to come down. If the historical relationship between oil and gas prices were to hold, these lower oil prices could translate into an additional 40-cent decline in gas prices if industry passes along cost savings to consumers.
I'm sure what
This
she's
would bring
saying
the
is
national
good.
average retail price around. Of course, energy markets remain highly volatile, and
He's
that's
gone.
especially true in the current environment.
He's gone.
Well, completely gone.
It's lemony, too.
It's lemony? Oh, good.
It's lemony, the cough drop.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
It almost tastes like lemon pudding. But there's a different, what do you call it? Texture.
Oh, that's what you call it. Good job. Big words today there, Joe.
Well, I have it written on my hand.
No kidding.
Texture. I don't know what it means, but my sister wrote it on my hand.
No, that was... It's not your sister.
No, that blonde girl.
It's not your...
That gave me a dandelion.
It's not your...
Oh, wait.
I know.
I gave it to her.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's actually what he would have said. Man, he sucks.
Okay, I can't really do a radio show with a cough drop in my mouth.
Well, then spit it out. Nice
Sorry
job.
about
That was
that.
a good shot there.
Here's where she gave me the dandelion.
No. Again, you gave...
I
See, that's
get
you.
me and her
See,
confused.
yeah, you do.
Here, I gave it to my sister,
No,
and
that's
then
again. It's not.
and then we walked to the.
I
told you to stop giving me crap,
much.
Joseph.
It seriously is one of the greatest videos
love this
in
video.
mankind's
God.
history.
Just God.
It just shows what a despicable, hideous person
I love that
she
they're
is.
in masks too.
I do too.
It stays forever.
I love it all.
Yeah.
I love how he shuffles through the field.
I know.
And then he thinks it's going to be
dandelion's so cute,
so
and loving.
romantic.
Yes.
Look at this. I'm gonna give my wife, even though I'm 173. I'm gonna show everybody I can still bend over and pick out a dandelion.
Now, if you could keep him as president, but next in line, of course, is Kamala Harris.
Yeah. Right.
Who had a brilliant moment yesterday.
This is so good. By the way, speaking of these clips, in overtime today, you don't want to miss a single second of it. We're going to be going through the mystery machine here
nice.
and finding out some more things that are in it.
Yeah, cleaning house.
Part 2 of the mystery machine.
Nice. Cool.
Revelations.
Take an inventory.
But here's Kamala introducing herself yesterday.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome these leaders for coming in to have this very important discussion about some of the most pressing issues of our time.
Right.
I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit. And
okay, seriously, is that what we've come to?
This is reality. This is our reality now.
This is like her description of the Ukraine is a country in Europe.
No. Ukraine is a country in Europe.
Okay. And now she's telling us her pronouns. Is that going to be a thing from now on?
I guess, sure.
My pronouns are she, her. I'm a woman. And I'm wearing a blue suit.
Sitting at the table.
So when I posted this on Twitter yesterday, somebody said,
Well, she was talking to a group full of handicapped people.
Nobody's ever done that in the history of handicapped people.
Aren't we supposed to treat handicapped people normal people?
So give her the blue. I'm wearing blue so people can visualize what she's wearing. Okay? Let's just give her that, right? Do they not realize that they're in a room with the first female vice president of the United States? If you have to say she, her to describe yourself, we got issues.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, this is ridiculous. We are in idiocracy.
How would you know if she was a she, her? Unless she
I've
told
heard,
you.
I've heard things. I've read.
How does she know she's a woman?
How does
she actually specifically said she's a
Yeah.
woman?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know?
Without
do you know?
qualifying that as being a biologist.
Right.
So your opinion matters not, Kamala.
It's just gotten so ridiculous that it's. I mean, are we going to start doing? Why don't you give us your favorite adjectives now too, and your verb? My verb right now is f off. That's my verb. Yeah, because I'm so sick of this stuff. Stop it.
I want that verb.
Well, you could have it and give it to them and tell them the same thing over and over because I'm just fed up with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much more ridiculous can it possibly get? I guess a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't think we'd get to this point.
Careful.
I know.
Don't
I
tempt the universe.
Should not have asked the question. I withdraw the question, Your Honor. Jeez. Wow. And, all of their people around them, all of their little helpers are all quitting now. Have you noticed that? We had another one quit.
Yeah, for Jill, right?
Yeah, Jill's
one of Jill's press secretary walked. Yeah.
Is leaving. Yeah, there have been dozens of them to leave
Kamala's
already.
lost a bunch. Kamala's lost a bunch.
Why? Because these are horrible people.
Yeah, and
you know that's why.
Absolutely. Jill is mad because people are heckling her now, and she had the taco event, and and so I guess that was the press secretary's fault, not hers. And so
could have been.
Yeah, so hit the bricks.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about Scoremaster before we go any further. You should wait 3 weeks if you're considering to make a major purchase. Why 3 weeks? Because that's how fast the average Scoremaster user takes to boost his or her credit score by an average of 61 points. So 61 points, when you add it to your credit score, let's say your credit score is 700, you bump it up to 761 within 3 weeks. That helps a lot. You've just gone from okay to really pretty darn good. And it'll save you tens of thousands of dollars on major purchases. Scoremaster technology was developed by credit data scientists to boost your credit score higher and faster than you ever thought possible. It's really easy, takes about a minute, and then you're in business. Try Scoremaster for free right now. They'll show you how many plus points you can add to your credit score. Go to scoremaster.com/Pat. Scoremaster.com/Pat.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
And as we mentioned right from the top, the Biden administration and the many minions that speak for him and the entire administration continue to spin this economy because I think they know full well the economic indicator tomorrow for the GDP is going to be negative.
100%.
It's almost
100%.
It's almost a guarantee.
Yes.
It's as close to a guarantee as you could possibly
and so
get.
is all of the administration redefining what a recession is.
Right.
I mean, that was an easy prediction that we all made because we all saw it coming, right? There's it's almost assuredly going to be considered a recession.
Yes.
Almost assuredly.
Yes. And so they got everybody who can talk out there saying it. Oh, the economy's great. No, the recession. What? No. They continue to just lie to our faces about the most obvious things. I am not here. The sun is not real. The earth is a triangle. Wait. What? Okay, that one's hard to disprove, though, because I'm rarely in space to get a look, the overall view of it. But if you say it's a triangle, okay, I believe you because you guys are the elites, right? But they are the worst liars I think we've seen in our lifetime. I thought Barack Obama lied a lot. They say that Trump lied. How many was it? Somebody did a count on it, and I think it was the Washington Post, maybe. They supposedly counted 33,000 lies or something that he told. They do that in a day.
No kidding. And what loser had that job?
Yeah, I don't.
Like, what loser intern was sent to the basement to go through 4 or 5 years of tape?
Yeah.
Count every possible lie you can think.
Right. And it's, some of those supposed lies are subjective. It's like, like when they used to always say, well, the president lied about weapons of mass destruction. Did he? No, he didn't lie. It's just that the intelligence was apparently somewhat faulty. He thought there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Turns out there wasn't the plethora of them that we thought there were. There were weapons of mass destruction, though, but just not in the volume we thought. Is that a lie or is that just a mistake? So you got to make those kind of determinations, too, and you know that they did it every time as a lie, not just a misstatement. But I can't wait till the numbers come out tomorrow and then watch them bend over backwards till they break in half trying to explain it all.
And they will.
And they will.
Going to be some fun sound bites.
Yes.
After that, too.
For Friday, I'm sure we'll have a ton.
And we're going to have interest rates raised again, too, right?
Yeah, today. I think that's today. Yeah. And they're thinking a 3/4 point jump.
Or more.
No, that'll fix it.
Won't it, though?
Well, it'll slow it down. It'll slow it down a little bit. Put a little edge on that.
Yeah. You know what it's going to do is discourage people from buying my house. That's what it's going to do. So, yeah.
The housing market is
glad
fine.
I didn't put that up 6 months ago because
that would have been dumb.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
That would have been stupid.
Right?
What you wanted to do is
wait,
remodel and wait.
Just hold on now. It's kind of working in my favor, though, because I didn't want to move in the first place.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, so that's the bright spot.
Okay.
Also, they're trying to paint the GOP now as anti-cop. Have you seen that movement where Biden is saying that Republicans are anti-police? How can congressional Republicans claim to be pro-police? Because they don't want an assault weapons ban. That's one reason.
Okay.
See, how many police officers have been killed by assault weapons recently?
Millions.
Millions?
Millions.
Is it millions?
Millions.
Well, no wonder. Of course they're anti-cop. But his own vice president praised a Democrat mayor in 2020, you might remember, for reducing his city's police budget. Kamala Harris said, I applaud Major Garcetti for what he's done. And what he did was try to get a cut of $150 million from the LAPD police department budget. Biden also attacked Republicans, including Donald Trump, over gun control and the riot at the Capitol building. Of course.
I mean, his comments, that video you played yesterday where he was talking to the police officers and
enraging.
It was just maddening.
Really? What did you think? What did you take issue with, Jeffy?
His definition of January 6th, the day democracy almost died.
Really? Let's see. Is that this one?
Every day we rely on law enforcement to save lives. Then on January 6th, we relied on law enforcement to save our democracy.
Did we?
Well,
No, we did
they
not.
failed.
Yeah. Right? Because it's, I guess, had they not been there, though, who knows how many millions of people would be dead right now, right? I mean, if they had gotten their hands on Pence, there's one.
I mean, we've asked the question before, but really, let's say they got to everybody in the Capitol. They got to everybody in the Capitol.
Mm-hmm. And the
country still lives.
Yes. And it lives exactly the same as it did before because they would have gone back and had the vote anyway. Joe Biden would have been installed as president anyway. So what could have happened? So ridiculous.
We saw what happened.
Yeah, we did.
The Capitol Police, the D.C. Metropolitan Police, other law enforcement agencies were attacked and assaulted. Before our very eyes.
Assaulted.
Speared. Sprayed. Stomped on. Brutalized. And lives were lost.
Isn't that interesting that they continue to use that lives were lost thing? Whose lives? Okay, Ashley Babbitt.
Yeah, there's one.
And there was another woman who, I don't know, got stepped on, but she was being kind of manhandled by police. She wound up dying. But in neither case was it Capitol Police or any of the law enforcement officers being killed by the mob.
Right.
That didn't happen. And everybody knows it, and yet they keep pushing it like, I am not here. Over and over and over again.
For 3 hours, the defeated former president of the United States watched it all happen.
Yeah,
as he sat in the comfort of the private dining room next to the Oval Office.
And threw a hamburger at the wall.
He
Don't
was
forget
doing
that.
Brave law enforcement.
Remember that ketchup came down the wall?
Subject to the meat.
Yeah, didn't it drip for quite a ways?
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
Sure
I think
did.
it.
Yes, it did.
I think it dripped all the way to the floor in one part. Yeah,
And I don't know that there's hired help at the White House that can clean it up either.
I don't think so. We can't afford that. That's not in the budget.
They can't be expected to clean up a mess.
Thank you.
I mean,
thank you.
Evil hell for 3 hours.
Medieval hell for 3 hours.
He's suffering from COVID right now. Agonizing.
It is.
Dripping in blood, surrounded by carnage.
Dripping.
What is he talking about?
In blood.
Good stuff.
Surrounded by carnage.
God, the exaggeration on this thing. I know I've said it a million times before, but it's I've never seen anything like it.
It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. And they continue to drive it home. I
Repeat the lie.
I'm not here.
I'm not.
I love the 2-year-old with the blanket over. Invisible. Can't see me. I'm not here.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. On a somewhat lesser scale, but still irritating. I think we touched on this yesterday on Overtime.
Yeah, Pat Gray Overtime.
BMW is... there's my magic muffins. They're done.
Can I have one, please?
Yeah, I'll get you one in just a second. But they started selling heated seat subscriptions to their vehicles for $18 a month.
Okay.
Now, to a BMW owner, is that a deal breaker because of finances? No. But the principle should be a deal breaker.
This is stupid.
Wait, okay, you're going to allow me to pay $103,000 for this car.
Yeah, we're going to allow you that.
But then I also get to pay an $18 subscription fee for the heated seat feature.
Is that it, or do they have more other
I think this is
add-ons
just
as
the
well?
beginning of the add-ons. Because other automakers are now saying, yeah, look out for the add-ons. We're going to start charging prices for that. No. A monthly subscription to heat your BMW's front seats costs roughly $18, with options to subscribe for a year at $180. Ooh, big savings there, because if you multiply 18 by 12, it's more than 180, according to Pad Math.
Of course, you're not going to want to heat your seats in July.
No, that's probably true. But you could get a yearly subscription nonetheless for $180, 3 years for $300, or pay for unlimited heat seating.
This is wrong.
For $415.
Yeah, this article goes on to describe how a lot of times it's, software based, where, it's do you want to crank up your car?
Yeah.
Do you want to unlock your doors? Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
This is hardware. This is stuff that is capable of happening in your vehicle.
Yeah.
You should not, but yes, it's going to become a trend if people pay the subscription.
It's freaking despicable.
It is. I wouldn't buy a BMW. Well, not that I can, but I would specifically pick another luxury car.
Yeah, I would
if I were in the market.
I will say I've owned a Beamer before, and I did not have heated seats in my Beamer.
Well, it's a good thing because now you get used to it, and then you'd be paying $18 a month for it. All right, we've got overtime as we go through the sound machine today. Coming up.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.